All right, welcome to the Movement MFG show. Today I'm here with T-Swag again,
Yes.
and today we're going to talk about the quickest and easiest ways to get you set up and off the ground. All right, let's go. All right, we're back. We're ready to go. We're going to make this semi-quick. It's the end of the day here at Movement MFG, but we wanted to bring you this episode because it's a common theme that kind of comes up almost on a daily basis as we try to help get people launched, get their lines launched. And so today we're going to talk about three things.
Number one, keep it basic.
Keeping it basic. That's what number one is. Keeping it basic, kind of using our private label process. It's just the quickest. We're going to get more into detail. Number two is going to be
Keep it simple.
keeping it simple. Don't have like too many projects going on at the same time. You know, too many products have to be developed at once. You know, kind of delays things. And number three, taking advantage of our low minimums.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to talk about those three things. All right. Let's start off with our number one of just like our private label process. So why don't you take them through using existing things.
Okay, so using existing products is very simple. First, because we don't have to worry about manufacturing your own particular pattern. We pull from our existing patterns to match whatever you are looking for particularly.
Yeah, so like the close, kind of,
Yeah.
we don't have to reinvent, so if it's some products, we don't, like a t-shirt or sometimes hoodies, there's some aspects to your products that, we don't necessarily have to reinvent, or at least to start, right?
Right, exactly. So, I think the first step is, one, sending over a sample image of what you think you're looking for. Then on my end, I will find something that is similar, if not as close as possible, shoot you over that, and yeah, that's really
And
the
then,
start of
yeah,
being
we
very
sample it. The sampling is quicker because it's something that's existing, which then gets us to the production process faster.
Yeah.
So just so this whole theme of of this show today, we're talking about just the quickest way to get set up, because a lot of times people, they want to get launched. They have ideas, and
Yeah.
that's all good, but sometimes the quickest way to get launched is to compromise and kind of use a little bit of the simple basic approach, and also things that are existing kind of on hand.
Yeah.
It's not to say the ideas that you have that might be not necessarily more complex but need development. We can get to those.
Yeah, 100%.
So while you have launched, say, and you have existing products up and out there, your work, so it might even help with, say, your cash flow. So you have things up, you're selling things, but while you're working on your next batch, which might be kind of more of your ultimate ideas.
Yeah. It kind of put the main, your more complex idea, the one that's going to be more custom, maybe put it to the back of the line. Knowing that, okay, we're going to start with just a generic t-shirt just to get things going.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are very eager to get their the brands off the ground, and just want someone to talk to and be able to help them out. So I feel like that's what we're really here to do, is just kind of give you that guidance that you really didn't have before. Because like you said, all their ideas are great ideas. Their products, I'm sure once we get them through development, when that time comes, they're going to turn out great. But like you said, the time is really what is the biggest factor. Is if we're going to sit there and create, a custom product for you, it's going to take some time to do the samples. We're going to have to send them out to you. You're going to have to tell us what you like, what you want adjustments, this, that, and the third. If we're pulling from existing things, or private labeling them for you, they're already existing. They're going to be a lot easier for us to get our hands on, to get to you, and then we can go from there. Well, I said keeping that, knowing that you still have that one custom project that you hope to get to, which we will get to.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a little more time, so we might as well just get you started with what we can.
Yep.
So we provide you with a couple options.
Yeah.
You want a pair of sweatpants? Well, here's the options of sweatpants that we can do for you.
Yep.
Kind of giving you kind of like a route to help you move along quicker, and to also guide you into like, okay, we see where you're coming from and what you're looking for, but here's what we can offer you to kind of get you moving quicker.
Yep. To get started, and to get started quickly.
Yeah.
And again, like, it's not to take away from any designs or ideas that you have. Like, we'll get to them, but it just takes time. And Yeah, it's just a good way. It's a good way to get things up and started efficiently. And then I guess, I mean, we should clarify a little bit of like existing, our terminology of existing and private label, because it's basically the same. So anything, so we basically consider anything that is, an existing pattern that we have. 99.99% of the time we consider that private label because we're not doing necessarily any customization to it.
You already have it all in-house.
Yeah, a lot of the times, we have a lot of variations of different things. So whether it's long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts, you want to do leggings, you want to do hoodies, you want to do crop tops, you want to do, sometimes it can be sweats, sometimes, whatever it might be. We have a lot of those options.
Yeah. And I think that's also what people kind of don't expect from us is because the fact that we do have all these options already available, you don't need to worry about going into custom right off the rip. We have plenty of different choices for you to choose that are going to be a lot quicker for the private label route and things like that. So it's going to be able to get you off the ground quicker, but still have options. It's not like, you're going to tell us you want a t-shirt and we have one particular t-shirt.
Yep.
We have several different styles, different colors, this, that, and third.
Different fabrics.
It's just, we need a little bit more information from you to see where you are at and what you want, and then we can kind of shoot you back ideas that are things that we can, do quicker instead of, doing the whole sit down and let's customize a whole product for you.
Boom.
There's plenty of options, and I think that's one thing that people kind of don't really know about us is that we don't need to customize everything because we already have a very large catalog of things that are, produced in-house that we can just pull from and bam, make it whatever you're looking for.
Boom. Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. All right, we're going to be on to number 2. Basically not, and this kind of, it builds off of what we were just talking about, but not having too many projects going at once. So what we've kind of find that a lot of times is, we might have a client that comes to us and they have, 12 different independent product designs that all require development. And, to work on all 12 at once, we can. It will take a long time because you're going to have to sample, you're going to have to, source fabric, we're going to have to do patterns, we're going to have to develop and sample, we have to get them to you, get feedback from you, and then continue back again with any adjustments to that.
A lot of back and forth going on.
Yeah, and it happens. It happens, and we try our best to work people through the process, to make it as efficient as possible, reduce the amount of samples, which just comes from communication and everything. But it does happen, and so we've always found that if we can just start with let's start with 2 or 3. Versus, and get those down. Once we get those down, you could even get them into production even.
Yeah.
Then we work on the next 2 or 3. Then we work on the next 2 or 3. And it might end up working out even faster versus, having all different designs across the board. So I don't know, what do you find with that?
I mean, I think what you just said there is a great point because I think a lot of the times the clients come to a realization where it's like, this crop top's actually working. We don't need to redesign a whole new crop top or a whole new pair of pants. We can just, change the color, offer the same style. People like this style, but we can just play with that particular pattern. You don't need to actually go diving into the whole customization, making your own particular pattern because, like I said, we have a lot of choices that are already on hand. And for you to just plug and play, bits and pieces, you want to, different color fabric. You want to put a text on the front. There's a lot of things that you can do with that one product that you already have that's still going to make it seem like it's different than it was before.
Yeah.
And we still haven't really dove into that. There's going to be a lot less fees because when you just said you don't have to worry about developing anything for you, so you don't have to worry about that process. And there's still a lot of options for you on the table.
Yeah.
So if you start with a t-shirt, or a pair of pants or a sweatshirt, whatever the case is, and you got another sweatshirt design that you like that's a little bit different. Maybe when you get this one, you'll realize something that'll make you feel like, okay, maybe we don't need to go ahead and do this whole other customization process.
I mean, it wasn't my initial thought when we were diving into this topic, but yeah, I mean, it also then allows you, because I'm just thinking of so many things you can learn about if we're focusing on just 2 or 3 products. You can learn a little bit about the actual development of like your size chart, because as we put together these products, you start to understand, okay, this fit and these dimensions that we're building off of constantly, they seem to be fitting better for mediums instead of smalls, and it's like, okay,
exactly.
So then we apply that, we know that going forward, because then we're basically helping you develop that size chart, which is something that is a byproduct of it. But you just made a good point that made me think of it. And so versus doing, for example, working on 12 at one time, we could be finishing kind of the 12 after all the time working on it, and then be like, oh, yeah, my sizing is a little bit all over the place, and this fits like this, but I have to change this to, I want to size this up, size that down.
And you got 12 that are all in that same kind of category.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there because,
Yeah.
like you said, you got this adjustment you want to make on this, but you want to do something else to that.
Yep.
If you just focus on one product, we get that one product done, then we can move on to the next because we know we can always come back to that one.
Yep. And we're building off
it's
of it.
there.
We're building off of it. So
Correct.
yeah, that's just one. I'm sure we could put together even more thoughts of even more benefits of just kind of like focusing on two or three before we're on to the next 2, 3, 4, on the next 2, 3, and so.
Yeah, because I really think the main point that you can get from all this, number 2, about the simplifying it, is that I feel like once you do get that one, that I think you'll realize there's a lot more you can do with that one instead of having to go out and create a new one every time you want something.
Yep.
Just like I said, plugging and playing.
Plugging and playing.
Very simple concept, and it can create a whole new world of different products, all based off the one product that you already have.
Boom.
So number 3.
Boom. Number 3, taking advantage of our low inventory. Not low inventory, take it back. Our low minimum.
Yep.
Our low minimum, which then obviously reduces and lowers your inventory, is where I was going with that. But yes, taking advantage of our low minimums is definitely key to
Especially for the
getting
small
started.
businesses too.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is like a lot that we focus on is helping brand new businesses that are just getting their foot in the door get off and running, so they can kind of get them in motion.
Yeah. Start with that 12. Start with that 15. Start with that 24.
Don't have to dig them a
24
big
units.
hole of sitting on an inventory of 1,000 of one particular product. 12.
Yeah,
All we're
or
asking
even to
for,
produce
12.
even to produce 1,000. If you're going to a manufacturer, whether it is here in the U.S. or whether it's overseas, if you're doing a 500, 800, 1,000 unit run, which is most of the time what you'll have to do, you're talking, could be months. Could be months before you get them released. Here, you start in 12, 15, 24, whatever it might be. So you apply the first 2 steps to that. Again, we're talking sometimes it could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on the product and situation that we could be turning it around. And like all your products. So by taking advantage of our low minimum, it also speeds up that process too.
Yeah, and I also feel like the low minimum also allows you to have more options, because if you only need 12 to get your order in, then okay, maybe you want to do black and red. You don't need to do 100 of each. We only need 12. There's your black. You want to do red now? 12 more. You're not going that deep. Your pockets aren't going to be that hurting. You're going to be doing all right. As you grow, we grow with you. So
there we go.
We can always help you out because that's what we do best.
That's what we do every day. Like seriously, every day we get inquiries of people, that want to get launched. Various different brands carrying various different products.
Yeah.
We sometimes unfortunately can't help everyone because we just don't have the capabilities to do some categories. But everyone that we can, almost on a weekly basis, definitely monthly basis, we're helping people launch. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes some people are a little bit slower, and that's why we kind of get this feedback. Wanted to express it to everybody. Here to help. Inquire. T-Swag will get back to you. We'll get you started. We'll get you launched.
And just remember one thing: the more information you can provide, the better we're going to be able to help you out with. Because the more I know, the more I can give you, feedback on. So, if you are a future client or somebody that's going to be reaching out, the more that you can provide us with, the better we'll be able to help you out with. The quicker we'll be able to get things done.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
So recapping 3 things. Number 1.
Keep it basic.
Keeping it basic, taking advantage of our private label. Number
2,
start smaller versus
simple.
Not too many projects,
One at a
development
time.
projects at once. Number 3, taking advantage of
Low minimums.
low minimums.
That's the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. All right, we'll be back next episode. Talk about something else that we have come up that might be helpful. All right, peace.